I had spent about 24 hours in extreme discomfort from pressure in my chest. And after taking a shower I packed a small bag with essentials and sat as quietly as possible waiting for daylight to call 911. They came promptly, were very thoughtful and kind and gave me a choice of hospitals, one of which they took me to. I was immediately put on a gurney and taken into a small side room with necessary monitors. About 10:45, a nurse came in to ask if I felt I could be alone, as she wanted to go get something to eat as she had had no breakfast yet. Normally, I would have thought of the nurse's needs first and said, "Sure, go ahead." I didn't for some reason and suggested she will meet out near the desk or next to the operating room. As she started to push me through the door into the hall, I heard, "Code Blue. Code Blue." I realized from a distance it was about me. My hearing, smell and vision became very acute. I was aware of everything. The only voluntary thinking seemed to be, I wonder what's next. I heard a young man's rather angry voice say, "For God's sake, get that ambulance back here. This place has no equipment to deal with this case. I'll ride with her down to Lankenau. She's damn lucky I came in here on a Sunday." Then I was aware of lots of activity, a woman's voice calling, "Elizabeth, plus, Mrs. L. and sweetheart to please come back." Then giggles, laughter, which seemed strange to me under the circumstances. Later she asked me, had I heard her, to which I replied of course, but what was so funny that made everyone laugh so hard? And she said, "Your answer that came out suddenly with your first breath, when I called to come back. Maid, I have permission to put it in our record book of NDEs. You sounded angry when you said, 'I'll think about it.'" I did not recall saying anything, but I felt very annoyed to be taken away from such a peaceful space. And space is exactly what it was. It was the color of Montana sky, had no walls, ceiling or any type of perimeters. There were a few very white clouds here and there, and I recall looking around for some kind of tunnel or exit. But at the same time hoping I could be in this place forever, free of emotional and physical pain, or stress. It was fabulous indeed. But as I thought about being able to stay where I was, I heard a powerful voice. Heard isn't exactly the right word. I seemed to feel /hear/sense it in my thinking part of my brain. It said, "No, not now, later, you have much yet to do." I was sad to be back in the physical part of me and am still wondering what I should be doing. I did drive a few weeks later, with my precious buddy Tuet beside me, from Philadelphia to Seattle, with a bumper sticker that proclaimed, "Dog is my CO pilot." I also joined hospice at Jefferson Hospital in Port Townsend to be out there, so I would see whatever I was supposed to do and be aware. Nothing major has occurred, but I have had many Jungian synchronicities where other folks were maybe facing death or their dear ones were, and I have been able to allay their fears. If that's all I'm supposed to do, so be it. Fear is not addressed enough in religions. In fact, there is too much of it in most of them, so maybe that is to be my job.